What is up, Wholesale 2 Million family? We're back with another subscribers interview. Basically, Danny and his partner Tanner just wait. Is this you guys' first deal or what?
No. So it's my wholesale deal. This is like my, I want to say 6th or 7th deal, but Tanner's second wholesale deal. So
okay, and which one are we talking about today?
We can talk about the big one. The first one that Tanner closed, we just closed that one last week. That one was for $5,000. So smaller, 5 G's. Yeah, quick.
Boom.
Yeah, 5 G's. But the big boy actually is what we're wanting to talk about. That one was for 60.
Okay, so let's talk about the 60 G's.
Okay.
All right, let's talk about the 60 G's. So you guys, no further ado. Obviously, this video here, I'm gonna have Danny and I'm gonna have Tanner's to break down the whole entire process to share with you guys, all right, exactly how they close on this humongous deal, 60K.
Yes, sir. And that is my second 60K
deal. Woo! So you guys sit back, take notes. There's no sales pitch. I'm going to have them lay it out all to you, all for free. The only thing that's going to cost you is you got to put in the WORK, which
right.
99% of you guys that watched a video or an interview end up don't do shit. All right. So listen, the info's there, but you got to take the action. You got to put in the work. All right. And if you can do that, let's go get this money, baby.
That's right. That's right.
All right. So Danny and Tanner, no further ado, man. Let's hear a little backstory about you guys and then how you guys, kind of came together and partner, man.
Absolutely. So just my story, I got my real estate license in 2017, and I was actually going to college with Tanner, and we were staying there. I dropped out after a couple failed classes, and I actually found out I was going to have a baby. So, yeah, so I think I was like studying my real estate stuff at the time when I was in school, but when I had stopped going to school, I just jumped in full time, got my license, started working with the team, learning scripts, making calls every day, really. And got my license shortly after and did that, joined a really good couple brokerages and teams that taught me a lot, with scripts and really just how to, do the listing presentation. And they were Mike Ferry based. So it really taught me a lot about real estate, at least the traditional side, of selling listings and buyers, helping buyers buy. And my mom's an agent too. Both of our parents are actually, Tanner's is a real estate developer and entrepreneur, his dad. Wow. And then my mom, she's an agent. She's been an agent for about 15 years. So I guess you could say we've always kind of seen them and had that background, but it wasn't until last year in January, I started, seeing a lot of people that I follow and started, wanting to really focus my business and transfer it to the wholesale, the wholesale side and the flipping side of it. So that's what I did in January of 2020, right before the pandemic. That's when I closed a couple deals. I luckily closed the big one, the 60,000 before the pandemic. So that, held me over when the shutdown was going on and everything like that. But yeah, and then we joined back with the team, or I joined back with the team probably this time last year because he was bringing in a lot of leads, like Zillow leads and stuff like that. So I stopped kind of focusing on wholesaling and started doing that again, helping buyers and whatnot. And then Tanner got his license in November. So like I was sending pictures and stuff to all my buddies and, everyone like checks, just saying like, hey, like come help, come learn real estate, come do it with me, come join the team. And Tanner was the first one to really connect and get his license and start rolling on it. And so we were still closing those leads, like the Zillow leads and stuff like that for his first, three months or so, first few deals. But then, we said we're just going to focus on wholesaling and developing land, like raw land.
Right.
And we've been doing that for, I would say, since like March.
Yeah. Working with a lot of developers.
Consistently.
Okay. So
we met. Oh, wait, what's up?
Yeah, dude, I got a few questions for Danny really quick here before we go into Tanner's story. So Danny, what were you going to college for? What was the major?
The end, it was business.
Business.
Yes.
Okay. How
But
much
I
did
had
that cost
switched
you?
it back and forth, a couple different times, not really knowing what I wanted to do in the end. But that costed me a lot. Let's just say, like, if you want a number, maybe 50,000.
Woo!
Yeah, it was a private school, so it
Got
was,
you.
it was more. We lived there. We lived on campus. We had the dorms, so
Gotcha.
it all adds up. But
You're right.
we were just talking about, had we known wholesaling when we were living there together, it would have been a whole different story.
Yeah.
We probably would have moved out of the dorms and got our own place or whatever. But
Right.
just,
Okay. So Danny, you went to college for business.
correct.
Okay. And then how it cost you 50 G's?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How much did it cost you to get the realtor license?
The license, I think the courses cost about $300 if you get like the full package. I think Tanner got his for like $150.
Yeah.
And well, for wholesaling, you don't even need your license.
That's right. So,
but I know that you say a lot of people that reach out to you ask about that. Should I get my license? Where should I start?
Right.
I
So
definitely think it's a good entryway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So the reason why I brought up this question is people don't understand. I think the college is just overrated for people that are, hey, Khang, I want to learn how to make money. I need to go college because that's how you're going to come out and make 50 or 100K a year. It's like there's other path.
That's a lot of work
to
and
spend 50
time.
G's in college.
Yeah, exactly. And it takes a lot of time out of your life, the 4 years, if you luckily do it in 4 years, and all that time could have been dedicated to learning a skill. So like
Correct.
I just renewed my license, right, last month. So I've been in the game for 4 years licensed. That 4 years could have been 4 years, or I dropped out like junior year. So it could have been 3 years previous had I started straight out of high school, right?
Yep.
So you can save a lot of time. I think it all really depends on what you want to do with your life. If you want to be a doctor or a professional in that sense, college is really the only way. So
of course,
if you want to make money now and start a business, whether it's real estate or any kind, then you got to get in the field and get a mentor or maybe go intern somewhere and do it for free and learn the trade or whatever, and then start doing it yourself.
Smart. Now, Danny, another question for you, man. At what age do you have your kid?
He's 22.
22. And where were you financially at 22?
I was actually serving tables, so I wasn't doing too bad. I was making probably like, I don't know, a couple grand a month or something. So enough to get by. We were living with, having help from parents and things like that. But it really wasn't enough. I knew that I was going to I did jump into real estate full time because, you can only do two things up until a certain point where you start wasting your time serving tables or whatever you're doing, where you think I can be putting that time to so much better use doing real estate, on the phone or whatever it is. I started early on the phone. My mentor just threw me on the phone right away. So it was just luckily he did that, because now I feel like I have an advantage on the phone. So I'm thankful for that, but I really think it's just getting out there and getting experience,
Awesome, man. So now, Danny, why did you not continue the realtor route, but decided to choose wholesaling?
Good question. So I actually had people that I was following on Instagram or buddies of mine that I kind of knew of and looked up to making really large wholesale checks. Don't get me wrong, real estate, it's great if you have your license. You make, those percentages anywhere from 2 to 3, 4%. However, the transactions are a lot longer. The same time it takes for us to find a seller that wants to sell on the market, it takes the same amount of time to find a seller that would like to sell off market to us, and
smart.
It's really just the time that you put in, to prospecting. That's what I personally, when I made the change, I stopped prospecting for regular homes just to list, and I was just strictly fixers, like all fixers.
Yep.
So that was like the big change for me. And like I'll tell anyone, when I made that change, the reason why too is because wholesaling, I can 10x my income versus real estate. Which, like I said, you can do great in real estate. I think it also depends on the person too, because like I know realtors that have been in the game for a while that are afraid or just don't want to go talk to the owners that own houses that are distressed. It's just some may feel uncomfortable or whatever the case is, but we feel like we can connect with them and really connect with them and make it work, make something work. If they want to sell, we can figure out how. And yeah.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So now let's jump into Tanner. Tanner, what's your story, dude?
So yeah, like he said, so we met in college freshman year, did the first 3 years together. And when he dropped out, I kept going. I actually got my degree in business. So I graduated, started managing targets.
Yeah.
All around Southern California. I bounced around a lot of stores. And, I made solid money. It was a good job, but
how much was
it? Huh?
How much?
When I quit, I was about at 67,000.
Okay.
Yeah. So, it was decent money for being 23, 24.
Yep.
But I was working 50, 60 hours a week, 5, 6, sometimes 7 days a week. Like there was no balance. And I just felt at some point, I was like, I feel like I could make more money working for myself. And bringing it back to the $60,000 check he made around this time last year, that's a little over a year ago now. But that's actually when I started taking my classes, is the day he sent me that picture. I was like, all right, dude, I signed up.
Show me the money.
He's like, show me how.
Yeah, and then the pandemic hit, so my life got crazy working at Target. Our workload tripled, but they weren't giving out raises or anything. So it just, I finally just finished my classes, got my test day, and decided that it was time to make the switch. So at that point, I was actually down in San Diego, managing a store down there. So I moved back up here to Riverside, Redlands area to start working with this guy. And yeah, we initially did a few deals on market, with our licenses, but now we've been mostly focusing on wholesales.
Nice, man. Nice. So where are you guys based out of again?
Redlands and Riverside area is kind of where we're focusing on. We do all of the Inland Empire, Southern California.
Okay.
But we're really keying in on Redlands.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So you guys are from California, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I get people that are like DMing or comment, oh, you can't wholesale in California. You can't wholesale in California because where I live, the bathroom costs $500,000. Dude, are you stupid, man?
Yeah.
Dude, if your area is expensive, then dude, go into other area, not the whole state of California. The bathroom costs $500,000, man. Come on, man.
Yeah. Use your head.
Hey, dude, like people don't understand. If it's expensive, you can go into another states. You can go into another cities. All right. You got 50 states, and I'm sure there's a bunch of city in California that you can wholesale where houses price goes for $200,000-$300,000.
Yeah, exactly. That's that's kind of like our market, or you could say our farm area.
Yep.
The ARVs about 450 to 550 in that specific area of Redlands.
Yep.
So if you can you can figure out the criteria that can help better find those deals, then you can hit a sweet spot.
Yeah, man. Dude, there's a guy that's in my mastermind. So I paid 25 G's to go to this mastermind. It's called Collective Genius. Some of the top player in the country. Dude, this guy's from California. Guess how much they're doing? Wholesaling only, $5 million a year, $5 million a year. Just wholesale. Dude, he's a monster, bro. The guy's a beast.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, wow. No. He's a beast. But anyways, let's jump into the wholesale deal. Let's give the viewer the breakdown. I want you guys to break down the whole entire process of how you found the deal, how you got it, how you negotiate, and all that.
Absolutely. So we actually use a platform to send SMS text blasts.
Okay.
And we like to start there, I guess you could say, from like a cold lead perspective. So we'll send a text blast. The platform we use is Offers PDQ.
Okay.
And we send a text blast, depending on, you can pull data from that site or you pull it from any of these sites. We pull from PropStream, and we'll get a list. We'll
Okay.
upload-
Okay, Danny. So for those of you, Danny just mentioned PropStreams is also what we use to pull all our lists. All right. And I've been using them for many, many years. I believe that they are the #1 in the country for pulling data. I got to do the plug-in, bro. So
absolutely.
if you need a website to go pull your list, I'll leave my affiliate link right below in the descriptions. Go check out PropStreams. You get a 7 days free trial with them. All right. And after 7 days, if you don't like them, if you don't feel like that their data is good enough, you can disconnect. There's no string attached. But Danny, what list did you pull specifically though?
This specific list was actually just a chunk within that list. So it was just like a neighborhood chunk.
Got it.
Right now we're starting to really detail in criteria, for what we want that we think is pulling the most fixer properties, which is, high equity, long-term ownership. Got it.
Okay. So you pull the list and then obviously you use the platform, you send out a text blast. Okay. What's next?
Right. Yeah. So we skip traced right after, we pull the data, skip trace the data so that we get the most accurate phone numbers and emails.
Okay.
We do that and we plug it into our platform. And then from there, we'll send them just a cold, hey, this is Danny, wanted to reach out. We're interested in your property at address. Would you be interested in a cash offer? Or would you be interested in an offer?
Perfect.
And, we get a lot of yes, or we get a good amount of yes, or how much, but we do get a lot of no, stop, unsubscribe, whatever. You're going to get that with anything that you do, of course. But then we'll take those warm leads and we'll kind of pre-qual them back and forth through the platform, just through text.
Okay.
And ask them, do you have a number or what's your motivation, or, where are you looking to move? Sometimes we'll just straight say, hey, do you have time to jump on a call? Because that can be a lot easier when pre-qualling them. If you go back and forth on text, sometimes you'll waste your time going back and forth with someone who's not even the owner, who's just playing around with you. So we'll pre-qual, ask them if they want to get on a call, or just call them and try to set the appointment to get over there and see the property. But for this specific case, for this deal, we sent a text. She responded. Actually, it wasn't the seller, it was the seller's daughter who responded to our text. And we went back and forth with her for a while, a couple weeks. And then I decided to stop by and drop off my business card and a little letter to them, saying, hey, wanted to stop by, see, talk to you, because they hadn't been responding to us. We called the number that we had been going back and forth with, and no response. So we went by, knocked on the door. I knew there was someone home because there was a dog and it was barking, and I can kind of hear, like, you can kind of hear too when someone's home and a dog's barking, because they'll be quiet or they'll move around. Like if no one's home, the dog's just going, whatever. So I just yelled like, hey, seller. He finally responded out that window. Yeah, leave your card, whatever, leave your card and I'll give you a call. So I think it was about 2 weeks later, I get a random call from him saying that another agent or buyer is going by and or just had went by and took pictures. So he said, if you want to come take a look. I said, I'm 5 minutes away, I'll head there now. So I went over there, took photos, met him, put a face to a name, and came home. He wasn't wanting to sign anything then and there. He made that clear. So after that day, I gave him a couple days, and we learned right away, which we kind of knew, but we learned that, with leads that call you and want you to come over, you need to stay on them like every day. So whether that's calling them every day or going straight to the house and knocking and saying, hey, look, I'm here. What do you want to do today? Do you want to talk about, do you want to get the contract situated today? Do you want to see, our seller was wanting to see options of what he can move to, when he sells. So that we were bringing him some properties, and one day just got a call from him and he said, hey, we're ready to make the move. Come over. Let's get everything situated. Let's get the contract situated. And I said, I'm on my way. Went over there. signed the contract with them.
Okay, bro. So Danny, so his motivation is he wanted to move.
Correct.
Okay, so what's the ARV on the property?
ARVs anywhere between 500 to 575, 600 if you were to finish the detached garage and turn it into another unit.
Okay, so between 5 to 600,000.
Yes.
Okay, and what was the estimated rehab?
It needed everything. So it needed a full rehab. You know, it was rat infested. There was trash.
So how much are we talking about?
I would say at least 80 to 100,000.
Okay, so 80 to 100K for the full rehab. And what was the seller asking price?
He didn't have a number. He didn't have a price. So, you know, going back and forth with his daughter on text, we threw out 245 and she responded, oh, 245, are you offering that for this house? And we're wondering, you know, is that a good or bad response? That's kind of another thing. You can't really tell with text, you know, how they're feeling emotionally. So we kind of had that number in mind going over to the property, but going inside and really seeing the condition, we weren't even going to be able to cut it for that price.
Okay.
So,
hold on a second. So over the text, you offer 245.
Yes.
And the daughter responds saying, hey, that sounds like something that would work. So you guys set an appointment to go out to see the property.
Yes.
We tried to, but she wasn't having it then.
Yeah.
A couple weeks later, after I'd stopped by, then they called us and said, hey, come back by, take a look.
Got it. Okay. And what do you end up getting under contract for?
225.
Dang. Okay. So 225.
Yeah.
Okay. And then once it's on the contract, how much earnest money did you put down?
I think this one was 5,000.
You put 5,000 down?
Correct.
My question to you is the 5,000, is that something that you guys brought up or is that something that the seller brought up?
No, that's just standard for our contract.
Yeah.
Got it.
If
So
it goes up, we'll adjust, but
okay. Just so those of you who's watching this, you don't need to have 5,000 as earnest money. Like I have put an offer in on property that are like I think 978,000. It was an apartment. All right. In my area, 978,000. And I put down $250. So,
wow.
So in my contract, I just put $250. Seller never asked. Seller never brings it up. Most sellers don't even know that there was supposed to be an earnest money deposit. So if you're watching this, you just want to make sure that if seller don't bring it up, you don't need to bring it up. Okay. So you can put in I could have put in the contract $1.
Yeah.
Okay. So just so those of you know, like, oh, I don't have $5,000 con, blah, blah, blah. Dude, but you have $1. Okay. And if you don't have $1, then dude, maybe just go get a JOB. All right.
Yeah.
You can stand at a corner and get $1, man. So, okay. So you drop out the deposit. Okay. Now, and then how much do you send out to your buyer?
We sent it out, I think, for originally $295. Yeah. We sent it to our buyer just for $295.
Okay.
And
we ended up showing it to about 4 or 5. We had them meet us out there one day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tanner, you have to speak up a little bit louder, bro.
Okay. Yeah. I just said we had one day, we had about 4 or 5 of them come out to.
Hold on a second. Hold on. So you sent it out for $295.
Yeah.
Where did you start marketing for the buyers? What platform?
We have a list that we've built, through just, talking to people. But I mean, we've pulled a lot of buyers on PropStream too.
Yep.
Just changing the settings to what you're looking for or what you're trying to sell and see who's bought that recently in the area, in the last few years.
Got it. Okay, hold on. So Tanner, you guys did not send this out on Facebook Marketplace, on Craigslist. No, you guys just basically have a buyer's list already that you have built over time and you sent it out to that list, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
We've used Offers, that platform, Offers PDQ. We've used it to send out deals before too. Like we've pulled a list from PropStream, imported it and said, hey, we have a 4-2 single family residence and a quadplex available in Redlands. Would you be interested?
Yeah.
And they say
You got
yes,
great
yes.
responses.
Yeah, we've gotten a lot of new leads from that too.
Nice. Okay. So in case those of you who's watching this that you don't know, that you're not aware of, because most of the time when I talk about prop streams or you hear someone else talk about prop streams, you just think that it's a site where you go and pull a list of distressed property, but it's also the exact same sites that you can actually pull cash buyer. All right. So typically I pull anything within the last 6 months, even 12 months. All right. That are, you just check off and just say cash transaction. All right. And it'll have all those property, same thing. You skip trace. It might have the realtors. It might have their phone number, skip trace, find them, call them up, and then just add it to your list. It's a great way to find solid cash buyer because they purchased the property for cash. So you know that they're legit. Unlike Craigslist, there's a lot of tire kickers. So you have to qualify, filter to know who's legit and who's not. Okay. Okay. So you send it out to your cash buyer list for $295 and you got 4 to 5 respond back that they want to do a walkthrough.
Yes, correct. So we had a lot of responses, but about 4 to 5 really were wanting to meet us there that date at that time that we had arranged to go over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
We showed them, we showed that 4 or 5, and our buyer didn't even end up coming from those 4 or 5 that we had showed.
Okay.
So we a partner that we had worked with, that I had worked with previously at a brokerage, I sent it to her because they buy property as well. But she sent it out to one of her clients that she knew that buys cash, and they reached out to me, said they wanted to see it. We arranged that, and they wanted it. They wanted the deal. He even sent us the offer before he had seen the property, because he really wanted it that bad. So
nice. So that's where you got your buyers.
Correct.
So you sent out for $295. You made $60K. So what happened to the $10,000?
So that's where I'm getting at. We showed him the property. We had assigned it for $315. We assigned it for $315 because our partner had added her fee on top. And so she assigned it. He came out, gave us a price drop because the property needed a lot more work than they had anticipated. So he price dropped us down to $290.
Got it. So okay.
All in $290.
So he dropped it down to $290.
Correct.
Okay. So you guys got under contract for $225. So if I take $290 minus $225, we're still positive 60 we're $65K. What happened to the $5K?
5K went to our partner that had referred.
The agent.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay. But didn't you mention that the agent also marked up the deal?
Yes.
They did. Yeah, they marked it up, but since he price dropped us all the way to $290, we had to all cut costs, so we were able to. Okay. We were still able to give her a $5,000 fee.
Okay, got you. So you sent it out for $295. She marked it up, and correct. She marked it up to how much?
$315.
Okay, so she was going to make an extra. So she was going to make a $20,000 on her end.
Yeah. Correct. And we also got, word through the grapevine that people were selling it or trying to tack on 30 to 300. So they were having it sold supposedly for 330, which then me and Tanner are like, well, are we cutting ourselves short? We thought we were not cutting ourselves short, sending it out for 295, but that's just what we had heard.
Okay. Okay. I got you. Okay. So you sent it out to the agent. All right. For $295. You say, hey, we got this property in the contract.
Yeah. Anything on top of $295 is yours.
Correct. So you tell her that basically, right? Yes. That's what you told her. So you basically said, hey, we're not going to pay you a commission. You can go ahead and mark this up and make whatever you want.
Yeah.
Okay. So she sent it out to her buyer. Okay. For $315. Mm-hmm. Her buyer did the walkthrough. After the buyer did the walkthrough, her buyer said, I can't do $215. The most I can do is $290.
Correct.
Okay. So the most you can do is $290. Obviously now she can't make her fee. So you guys end up paying her a $5,000 for bringing you guys the buyer. Correct?
Yeah.
Now, my next question to you is, did you guys initial the $5,000? Did you guys say, hey, here's your $5,000, or is that what she asked for?
That's what we decided upon.
Yeah, we had decided that upon, me and Tanner had decided that upon ourselves.
Yeah, we just talked it over and thought, we could throw her something for the connection. So
Sure.
we decided on 5,000 and
Sure.
just said, we'll shoot you 5,000 for the deal.
Yeah, it
Got
was
it.
very quick escrow. I mean, it was closing like within the next 5 days or so from when we had made contact with
Nice.
the buyer. So it's, you know, it's a quick 5K for our
Sure.
partner, which, you know, they were happy about.
Yeah.
Good. Now my next question to you is how much deposit did the buyer put down?
The buyer actually sent, I believe, a $15,000.
Nice. Nice. Okay. So buyer, so you drop off 5K earnest money with the seller. Buyer drop off 15K.
Mhm.
Perfect. So a lot of you who's watching this, you got to make sure that you have your buyer put as much non-refundable deposit as possible because things changes. Buyers get cold feet. I have it happen to me all the time. If they want to pull away, if they want to back out, guess what? They lose the 15. You can take the 15, give the seller 5, extend the contract. You still have 10K in your pocket. I'm sure the seller's going to be okay with giving you an extra 30 days or whatever not, okay, for you to find the next buyer. That's the reason why, 2 reasons. One is obviously you want to make sure your buyer have a lot of skin in the game so they don't back out of the deal. Number 2, if they do back out, you have that money to cover your earnest money with the seller and then extend the contract if need be. All right,
Yep.
just so those of you who understand, you watch this, you know. And also 2 is some of you need to understand that realtor is also one of your good connections to find yourself cash buyer because realtor, they're always out networking. All right, they're always out networking. So if you're having trouble finding buyers for your deal, most of my solid cash buyers are actually coming from agent either buy them themselves or they actually know somebody that actually in the fix and flip game. All right. So don't underplay realtors.
No, that's what I was gonna say
and in
too.
this deal is when I send my deal out, when I talk to an agent that said, hey, Khang, I'm gonna bring you a buyer. I typically ask them what they want. Okay. One, you ask them what they want because a lot of times, don't be the one that mentioned the number first because a lot of times they'll give you a lot lower number than you do. Also, too, is in some cases, just like what Tanner and Danny do, I don't pay them any fee because they like, hey, Khang, because some of them know the market and they know their buyers. So they'll be like, hey, you sending it out for 100,000, dude, are you okay if I put 20,000 on top of this? Because 3% of 100,000. So, because most agent will think like this, okay? When they sell property, they get 2.5 to 5% commission. 5% is a full commission. But typically they operate from a 2.5 to a 3%. So if they're like, hey, if I help Tanner and Danny find a buyer for this $100,000 deal, my realtor commissions, I will only make 3%, which is only 3,000. But hey, I know my buyer would pay $20,000 more for this. So most agent will go ahead and tell you, hey, because they know the market and they know their buyer and they know that you send out for, there's still room for them to make a profit. So what I'm trying to point out here is don't be so quick on the phone to offer anything, but listen in. To be a good negotiator, you got to be the one that talks the least and just ask questions. Ask the other person what they want, what make them happy. And most of my realtors, that's what they do. They're like, Khang, 100,000, man, are you okay if I send it out for $10,000 or $20,000 more, and then I get the different, or $50,000 more? And I always tell them, dude, if you can sell for more than that, I don't care if you make $100,000 off this deal. There are deals where I make less than my co-wholesaler. Yeah. Because I sent it out because I know what my buyer would buy, but he or she got a buyer that maybe a husband and wife just got married. They're looking for their first fixer so they can spend the next year or 2 years fixing it up and then have equity after that. So they don't know about a 30% discount. They're not aware of a 20% or 25% or 15% discount. They're happy they're happy with buying it under market value, a little bit under market value, spend the next year or 2 fixing it up, all right? And then have 20, 30,000 in equity afterward. So those are some of the buyers that would pay you top dollars.
Especially right now in today's market, it's in our market, it's we're seeing inventory stay on a little bit longer, but it's still just flying off the shelves, so if you could bring them something off market that they have the only opportunity at, they're like, all right, we'll take it.
Yep, that is a really, really good point. But pretty much that's pretty much it. Now, how long did it take you guys from actually? Well, it actually took from just signing the contract, from signing
Yeah,
the contract.
I was gonna pull up the contract to see what date we signed.
Yeah. Was it 15 days? Did it take you guys 15, 20, or 30 days to close on this
Yeah.
60K deal?
Let's see.
I think it was about 15 or
Yeah, I think it was
15.
around 15, but
15 to 20 days.
So those of you who's watching this, man, 4 years of college just to make 60K a year, 15 days of wholesaling makes you 60K.
Yeah.
So you do the math, whatever way that you want. And I tell people this all the time. Listen, if you want to go college, get a degree because you want to be somebody, doctor, lawyer, engineer, just like Danny mentioned, that needs that require that piece of paper, you go do you. Don't let what I say stop you from doing what you love to do. But if you just like King Khang, Danny, Tanner, dude, I just want to make money. Then boom, smash that subscribe button. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. If you just want to learn how to make money, become financially free, and live life on your own term, boom, smash that subscribe button. Join the family, the entrepreneur, and let me show you how to do it. But anyways, man, we're wrapping up. So Danny and Tanner, what are some things, some tips, some advice that, you guys been doing this for a while that you can give to the viewer, man, that can actually help cut down their learning curve and all that?
I would say definitely get connected with people that are doing it right now. Specifically people within your market that you could drive to and physically meet. I think that helps a lot because you not only can bring them value by bringing them deals or working for them or, dropping off whatever flyers or anything, really just doing that, or really just getting out and finding deals, just finding houses that need work or look run down, writing down the address and trying to get a hold of them, or just take a piece of paper out of your notebook, write down, hi, I'm interested in buying your house, with your phone number, leave it on the door.
Yep.
I think that's honestly the best way to do it, is just to go, if you see it, write a note, stick it in there.
Yep.
Yep.
Tanner?
Yeah, we're still door knocking. I'd say, just get started, just call people. It's awkward at first and you'll butcher some, but you just got to get comfortable with it and, figure out things you should and shouldn't say, and you'll figure it out. It's different every time, but.
Awesome. So Danny, I know that when you got into an agent, they just throw you on the phone, and a lot of people are afraid to cold call, man. So what's the one thing that helped you overcome cold calling?
For me at least, learning most recently, I would just come to the office with him and watch him call and then hop in here and there, take a few, and just kind of trial by fire. That's the best way I learned.
Okay.
He had a few scripts here and there that are nice. That's always good to have a few key talking points that you can bring it back to.
Agree.
But I think it really just comes down to becoming comfortable on the phone, and I'd watch him, see how he interacted with people, see how they would respond, and just kind of pick up on that, and then
awesome,
just give it a go.
Yeah, that's kind of like what I did. My mentors would just, one big one would just hop on the phone and just do it right in front of me. So then I'd be like, all right, your turn. And I just, I was copying the stuff that he would say, the little hooks here and there, and just making it my own because it worked. So I was just doing that. And I think, like Tanner said, really just get out there and get on it. You're going to butcher it, but if you don't do it, then you're not going to get any better at it. So
love it, man. Love it. So Danny, Tanner, how can people connect with you, man?
On Instagram is probably the best way. My Instagram is dannylee.re. So DANNYLEE.RE. And
mine's just Tanner, TANNER _Peery, PEERY.
On just IG, you guys are both on
that's
IG.
Just IG.
Yeah,
that's
IG.
Probably the best place to reach us at.
How old are you guys? If you guys don't mind me asking.
25.
Yeah, 25.
25.
Yeah.
So are you guys millennial or are you guys Gen Z?
Millennials.
Okay.
I think we're like the last cutoff, or he might be the last cutoff.
If you guys are millennial, man, and you only have IG.
We're right on the line.
Okay.
I know. I had Facebook, but
I have
Facebook, dude, forget about Facebook, bro. Facebook for Facebook for old people now, dude.
Yeah.
If
that's
you are millennial watching this, and if you already master a skill, you know, if you already learn a trade, a skills where you can already making good money, and if you're not on social media, you're missing out on a big opportunities. That's all I gotta say. So, anyways, you guys, I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'll leave all of Danny and Tanner tag right below.
Please, yeah, we have a code too. Our the application that we use for text blasting, he gave us a code. If you guys go to it and sign up, use Danny1, you'll get 15% off the first month. So
nice.
I think it's really worth it. You know, we use that on the daily.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so yeah, if you guys want to connect with Tanner and Danny to get that code, hit them up on Instagram or comment down below, and maybe they'll jump in and respond back to you guys. I hope you enjoy this video. I hope it added a lot of value to you.
Yeah, we appreciate it. You have
thank you so much, you guys. Be sure to boom, smash that thumbs up for me. Until next time, you guys take care. Ciao. Thanks a lot, Tanner and Danny. Appreciate it, man.
Peace.